8:30 on Saturday night, the Royal Gibraltar Police received a report of drone activity in the area of the airfield. The RGP were deployed to assist the MOD. EasyJet told GBC the Manchester to Gibraltar flight was diverted to Seville on the 18th of January due to temporary closure of Gibraltar runway. When flying to and from the Rock, it's not uncommon to have some fears about being diverted. However, passengers on the EasyJet flight from Manchester did not expect a drone to be the source of their delay, especially a week after a different drone incident at the airfield. Passengers on the EasyJet Manchester flight were forced to divert to Seville. They spent 3 hours there because of the unauthorised drone near airfield space. And after those 3 hours, they were then brought to Gibraltar, landing on the Rock at 20 minutes to midnight. In answer to GBC questions, the MOD says it takes any threats seriously and maintains robust measures at defence sites, including the airfield. Passengers on the affected flight said they were told the MOD were destroying the drone, but the MOD has not commented on what action, if any, it took. Civil Aviation told GBC every drone flight in Gibraltar needs a permit from the Director of Civil Aviation. It says this one was flying illegally. An investigation is underway.
Look, the information which the government has is that these drones are not being operated by licensed operators in Spain. They're not being operated by Spanish law enforcement, so there is no Spanish institutional involvement in some way wanting to cause a danger to air traffic navigation, civil air traffic navigation around Gibraltar Airport or impair the operations of Gibraltar Airport. We therefore are working with the Spanish authorities and our local authorities to identify who is flying these drones, whether or not their intent is ill intent towards Gibraltar or the airport, or whether it's just carelessness, and we need to identify and understand that as quickly as possible in order to be able to resolve the issues. There is no joke in putting at risk the lives of people on an aircraft.
This isn't a civil aviation investigation, this is a Royal Gibraltar Police investigation. It's being seen as a criminal act. There is legislation in place and the RGP are investigating it as a criminal matter. Any responsible individuals must understand that flying anywhere near the airport, whether it's here or anywhere else in the world, quite frankly, is not a sensible place to fly your drone. So please, don't fly your drone near an airport. Even if you've got a Christmas present this year and you haven't realised the rules, please understand the rules before you fly that drone anywhere outdoors.
It's not clear if the drone was over Gibraltar or nearby Spain. So what constitutes close enough to airspace to raise alarms?
So in terms of airfield area, anything above the airfield, anything pretty much in a line north of Devil's Tower Road certainly, and anywhere out on the approaches to the runway up to about 5 kilometres or the median line of the bay.
Gibraltar Airfield is not the first to be brought to a halt by a drone. From New York to Frankfurt and most notably Gatwick Airport, these little gadgets can cause substantial chaos.
Drones are still a relatively new technology. And people are still getting to grips with how we can integrate drones with other air traffic, because they are aircraft after all. But I wouldn't say it's particularly common at the moment. But we need to remain vigilant and make sure that we do make sure that the situation remains under control and that more flights are not disrupted. But at the end of the day, everyone's putting safety first. So if we do end up with a diversion, it really is because it's the safest thing for the plane to do at that moment.
Anyone who spots a drone flying over Gibraltar is encouraged to report it to the police. For details on how to apply for a permit to fly a drone, you can head to the government's civil aviation page.